Welcome to Spiraling, the podcast where guests share the problems, insecurities, and festering little brain worms that they just can't get out of their heads. I'm Zara Gladman. I'm not a therapist, but people like to tell me their problems, and I like to record them for content. Together, we'll try to get to the bottom of what's really going on, and with any luck, stop spiraling. Let's go.
I'm spiraling. There's a few things on my mind and I'm spiraling. So please help me unwind. I know that you're not qualified as a therapist, but I am spiraling.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Delete as appropriate. How are you? Thank you for joining me for episode 5. I appreciate it. Some nice responses to the episode with Michael Fry. Learned a lot about the psychology of the culture in Ireland during the 2000s, the iodine tablets thing. Crazy stuff. Thanks again to Michael for sharing. I'm recording this intro on Saturday, the 22nd of August. This will go out on Tuesday, of course. We're still in the middle of the Fringe. I actually want to touch on something today, a little mini spiral of my own. I want to talk about reviews, a hot topic during the Fringe. Now, I did my show this year as a one-off because I did my show last year for a longer run. I thought I'll just do one for fun. And as I mentioned in my last podcast, it was one of my favourite shows. It was such a great night. Now, I made the decision to not invite reviewers to the show because it was reviewed last year. I didn't need to sell tickets or anything like that. I should say it was very well reviewed last year. It had 4, 4.5 and 5 stars. So, I didn't really have much to gain from inviting reviewers to it. But anyway, I discovered that my show was reviewed. My one-off show. I didn't invite the review, but it happened. And to save you Googling it, I'm going to just read you a little bit from it. This is the British comedy guide. I think it's Bruce Dussault. And he says, just a quick mention for Zara Gladman, Monkey Barrel. 3 stars. I thought I had a ticket for Hugh Davis, but it turned out to be his day off and Zara Gladman was on instead. And then he goes on to say, to be honest, I found Alien fun for a while, but a little limited. A kind of young, snooty, Scottish curtain-twitching hyacinth bucket with a touch of Edna Everage. Obviously, if you come from the West End of Glasgow, she will particularly resonate, though of course snobs are universal, as her many clicks prove. Maybe I was in the position of my friend above at the Novelli gig. So for context, the previous part of this article, the writer talks about recommending the comedian Pierre Novelli to his pal and his friend hating it. So just to go back to the review, maybe I was in the position of my friend above at the Novelli gig. Everyone around me, clearly fans of Alien on TikTok, was loving it. Personally, I preferred Gladman when she came on as herself halfway through and did some engagingly jangly comic tunes. Now, couple of things to say about the review. I didn't want to be reviewed. I didn't ask for this. And clearly the reviewer didn't want to be there. He was there against his will. He was there to see someone else. So why did he review it? I like that he acknowledges that everyone around him was loving it, but he wasn't. But what I do find funny about this review is the idea that the only way that you can get London media to cover a Scottish act is if it happens by accident and against their will. So thanks for that little drive-by. I did invite reviewers to my show last year because I thought it would be helpful to help sell tickets and to get some, hopefully, you're sort of chasing credibility in the industry, I suppose. Now, reviews for that show now range from between 3 to 5 stars. And I just think that demonstrates how kind of meaningless it is, right? It's so subjective. But, you can't help trying to chase for that validation, I suppose. And when a review comes out, that, well, I don't know how many audience members are reading the reviews, but you do know that your peers in the comedy land will all be reading it. So you're seeking validation from figures in the industry, but you're also seeking validation from fellow comedians. So, it does sting if you get a review that you're not happy with or you feel like the reviewer didn't give you a fair shot. I was chatting to Dirk and Ski last weekend and they presented a question which was, would you rather have, 52% rating of critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, but 98% positive with the audience, or the other way around, which is quite a fun little thought exercise, isn't it? And the two of them, they were split. So I think Ski was all about the audience and Dirk was all about the critics. And I suppose thinking about it, if you got a high critic rating, those are the people that have the power in the industry to maybe open doors, get you development opportunities and all the rest of it. But then on the other hand, it's the audience members that are in the large numbers that will buy tickets for your show. So if you're looking to make money, maybe the audience matters more. And taking money out of it, whose opinion matters, actually? Is it your followers, the audience that you've grown and built up, or is it some guy? I hope I'm not coming off bitter here. It's just something that happened this week, and I just thought it was a funny thing that I got this unsolicited feedback, and there's nothing I can do about that, and now that's in print forever. I think there's been a lot said this year about 3 stars as well. There's a lot of journalists that are very defensive and say 3 stars is good. 3 stars is a recommendation. But then on the other side, there's performers and some producers that say 3 stars is devastating. Let's just stop talking about reviews. I'll stop talking about reviews now, but I will keep talking about the Fringe because it is ongoing. I was actually going to go through today, but I'm so tired. My boyfriend is home this weekend. He's also very tired, so I don't think it's going to happen. So I do have FOMO, but I'm just going to have to catch people when they come on tour. So that's how it is. One person who is still performing at the Fringe as I speak, though, is my next guest, Kim Blythe. What can I say about Kim? I mean, she is such an incredible natural comedy talent, and you can see that through how quickly she's risen up the ranks as a stand-up. She's selling out huge venues. Everybody loves her because she's also a really humble and lovely person. And I got Kim involved when I did my sketch show last year. I knew I really wanted Kim to be in it. Get her before she's extra famous and expensive, you know? And she was so funny in the show. There is one sketch that unfortunately the BBC made us cut, and I was very sad about that because Kim's hilarious in it, and I really want to try and prize that footage back off the BBC so that we can put it out on our own terms, but we'll see how that goes. So you can still see Kim at the Fringe with her show Puzzle, which is happening right now. So grab tickets if you can. She's selling out a lot at the moment, but definitely get yourself along to that if you're going to the Fringe. Otherwise, I will hand you over to a spiral with Kim Blythe. Hello, Kim Blythe. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. I was about to say welcome to you. I do that all the time.
In my own place?
Yeah, like I'm really bad for did you enjoy your meal? Yeah, did you? Like that kind of pattern. I'm
happy
very
birthday,
bad.
you
Happy
too.
birthday, you too.
Yeah,
that's me.
I do that as well. It's just a kind of default setting.
Yeah.
How's your day been? Or how's your weekend been?
Weekend's been fine, just been gigging. Gigging away. It's so funny. I keep thinking about this recently, how I am the most ungrateful wee bitch ever, because a gig for me is like a 20-minute set, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. The money I get for it, I'm not saying I get a lot of money, but in comparison, for the work I do, for the money I get, ridiculous. But I'm still like, and years ago I did dream to do this, but like last night, I was like, I can't be bothered.
Well, that's the thing. It's only been a few years.
Yeah, it's only been just over 2 years.
Because I was trying to think before we met today, when I met you, and I think it was in McCool's.
Yes.
It was Material Girl. Mm-hmm. Sophie Rose McCabe was performing, so that's why it come.
Yeah, we chatted at the bar.
You were in the bar?
Uh-huh.
So that when was that 2023?
2023, yeah, because that was before I started.
And you were kind of, you're very sweet and like a little bit shy. And after meeting you, I went on TikTok and I was like, oh my God, you're so funny. And you also had like a huge following. And then how long after that point then did you then decide to do stand-up?
Maybe about 6 months. So that was when I started going to Material Girl. So what that actually happened is I started, I think in 2023, I was like, right, I want to do stand-up, but I didn't want to just blindly go into the scene. And I didn't want to be, that person that has followers online and just storms into the... So I was like, I'll start going to gigs and I'll start... So that's funny. I went to a gig at Drygate. It was like just before, I think maybe June or something of 2023, because it was before the Fringe. And I got stuck in a car park with Susan Riddle.
Oh.
And I'd never met Susan before. Never met her before. I'd recognised her for gigs.
What do you mean stuck?
This is the Drygate car park. You needed a code to get out.
Oh.
And nobody knew the code.
Right, so you're both penned in
so
together.
we're both in this, and then she was like, I recognise you, and I was like, oh, and so I told her I did videos, and I told her, I was like, oh, I've always wanted to do it. I don't know how you... That chat now that people do to me, and I find very endearing when people are like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, oh, I know, it's so hard. But I said that to her, and Susan said to me, she was like, well, we do like a monthly gig, Material Girl, you should come to it if you ever want to try. Like, get a bash, come down. And I was like, aye. So I never said to her, like, can I get on? But I just started going to it. And then that's when I met you. That's when I met Amanda for the first. It was like one of my best pals. It's just...
Amanda Dwyer and Susan Riddle, we should say, they're both very funny comedians, but they run this night called Material Girl that is all girl lineups, very supportive, the loveliest of gigs. And just, well, for you, obviously, it's been that was your entry point then.
Yeah. So getting to meet them, and then obviously I met you there. I met loads of people for the first time there, and then even when I started doing stand-up, it was like one of the gigs that, because I think when you first start doing stand-up, like most gigs, you just dread, you're like, oh no, or you don't really know what you're going into. A lot of gigs you're doing for the first time, but that was always consistently like the best gig to do, because it's majority women in the crowd, and they, sorry guys, but they tend to be nice.
Women and gay men.
Yeah, women and gay
largely.
men.
That's my favourite audience.
That is our audiences, to be fair.
It is. So that was a few years ago, and then 2024 you went straight in and you did your first hour at the Comedy Festival, Glasgow one.
Psycho, aye.
No, I love this because I think, why the hell not? Like, I think people are really cautious and tentative, and they, same with the Fringe, they do the coward hour. Yeah. Or no, it's not even a coward hour, is it? Like, people do like 45 minutes 45, for 5 years before they actually commit to doing an hour. But I think it's worked really well for you.
It has. I mean, it's paid off. Jesus, so it could have been terrible. It could have been really bad. But yeah, when I look back now, I'm like, now that I've been doing it for years, I'm like, that was mental. But yeah, I wrote an hour, and I'd done one open mic. I'd done a Viv G course, so I'd done a gig for her, and then I'd done a full hour. So that was my third ever gig, was a full hour in Tennant's Laughter Lounge, the wee down the stairs. And that sold out within 5 minutes, so I actually ended up putting another gig the following week in the Oran Moor, which I'm like, imagine your fourth gig being in the Oran Moor. Like,
I remember. It was incredible. Like, Viv G, another very supportive woman on the scene, again, helping lots of people come through. But what a crazy, like, stratospheric level of
so crazy
rising.
And then I had the opportunity to do the Fringe that year, and I remember I spoke to some comics who were like, I would really be careful, I would maybe leave it a few years before you go do that. And I was like, all right, but I've got this like really sick mentality of I could die tomorrow, so like it really forces me just to, only recently I've developed that, to be fair.
Thinking about death a lot.
Thinking about death, and just like, well, I could die, I'll be raging if I don't give this a bash.
I think that's a really good mentality. I subscribe to that a wee bit as well.
Yeah, I like it.
And then the Fringe, I mean, you had an incredible run. Also, I think I should say, probably it is good advice for a lot of people to take your time, but I think you were already such a naturally funny person. You know, I just think you are a natural, and that's why it worked for you, and you put the work in.
Yeah, well, as well, I think one thing I would argue, because a lot of people, not every comedian, but there's a lot of comedians that look at people that come from the online space and do stand up, and don't get me wrong, I know there is a few comedians that have tried, or a few content creators that have tried to do it, that arrogance has got the better of them. But what I would say to people, that I have been writing comedy for years. It is just in a different format.
Completely.
Like, especially the type of things, I mean, I've done these daft, like, I do videos where I'll do a list of things, and they're always really silly. But I've actually managed to get bits of stand-up out of things that I wrote years ago, because it's just, you know, like just for example, I done a video the other day there, it was a list of moments that make me feel disrespected. And the first one was when I'm standing waiting for the green man, if somebody crosses the road when the red man's still on and leaves me behind, I feel so disrespected. Like, if they don't, even if it's safe to cross, if they don't wait on me, like, if they leave me behind, I'm like, we were a team.
Doing it together.
We were standing here waiting for the green man together, and you've just shot off. How dare you? Like, stuff like that. So I've been silly wee bits like that I've wrote that also can, I don't know if that bit specifically would be, but can translate onto stage. So I have kind of been writing, I have been writing for years.
Such a good point. And people, like you say, I think are a wee bit snobby about that.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't get a couple of 100,000 followers from nothing. You know, you had the joke writing skills already. So when did you actually first start doing that then, the online stuff?
2020, just like a lot of people, COVID was happening. I lived by myself at the time. I was in like a bubble with like my mum and my brother, but they both worked from home and I worked in a bar, so I got the furlough. I got to just sit about doing none. I was mainly in a flat by myself most days with nothing to do. And I used to do wee silly videos for my pals and stuff, but would never. I think what it was for years, I was like, oh, but that would be so embarrassing to put that like online. And then I think when COVID happened, because I wasn't seeing anyone, I was like, well, even if this is embarrassing, I don't actually physically need to, and God knows when I'll ever see these people again, so I don't need to face that embarrassment.
Yeah,
so
it's a captive audience.
Yeah, and then it kind of became less, I think, embarrassing a wee bit. Like, it's still, a lot of people are still like, oh, that's so cringy, like doing videos, but I do think it changed a wee bit. I think compared to doing it like, you know, a couple of years before that, I think I think it was a wee bit less, a wee bit more respected, and people kind of gravitated more to people that were, because we were stuck in our houses just looking at our phones.
Exactly. And how do you still do online stuff alongside your stand-up?
Yeah.
Is it flipped in terms of what you enjoy more, or are they kind of equal, or how do you feel about it now?
Stand-up gets me more money, so so that's the true love. No, I think I really do enjoy, because I think with me, I know people who do videos online and they'll be like, right, I've got to make sure I post 3 times a week, or do this, do that. And I even hear comedians who are trying to get into it and say like, oh, I've heard that you have to post at least 4 times a week. To me, that sounds like hell. I don't enjoy that. I've always posted videos, and I think that is why a lot of people have gravitated towards me, is that I just do things that I want to do. I don't force it. I'll have an idea, I put it out there, and I do it. Like the other week there, like I changed my whole website to a painting and decorating website.
We have to talk about this, because this is absolute genius. How can you explain what you just said?
Yeah, so the other week there, I was on my website and I realised that I actually got a wee bit ashamed for a minute, because I was like, why do I even have a website? I mean, I have it so people can see my tour dates, but also was like, nobody's gone on to kimblythe.com. So I thought, I could literally do anything with this. This is my website. So then I just made it into a paint and decorating website. So it was Kim Blythe Paint and Decorating. I bought staff in. I've got Tim Pigeon and Judy Candle. They're my staff. Judy is the admin person. She doesn't know how to work the emails, but we're going to figure it out. We also don't mind about our previous criminal convictions.
Okay, we're overlooking that.
We're overlooking it. Tim's the looker. Tim's the gorgeous, the guy that he has.
Office crush.
Yeah. On the website, I'm saying, I know you're thinking Tim's too sexy to be a painter decorator, and you're right, he drives the van because he is too sexy to be a painter decorator. I was just
but you've gone deeper than that, because there's also like a secret section of the site. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, there is a secret page. Because my new show's called Puzzle, I wanted to make a puzzle for people to solve. So, but funny enough, it's actually because I got so many messages. So it basically, I put an anagram and the password to a secret page on the website. You had to solve the anagram. But if you really just look close enough at the graphic that I made, the password is in the graphic.
Can I confess something?
Yeah.
So I did solve the puzzle, and I got onto your secret page.
Nice.
But I cheated.
You cheated?
And I feel really guilty about it.
Did you?
So that's why, because I know you were like, oh, get in touch if you manage to crack the puzzle. And I did, but I used some extra technological help.
Love that. That's great though. Why
I feel
should
guilty.
No, don't. I'm proud. I'm glad you've admitted it.
But now I felt guilty after, because I was like, see, if I just put my mind to it, like I knew a certain word would likely be in it, which would leave other letters left over.
Yeah.
So all I had to do was work out what the other words were.
Yeah.
But I was lazy, and
Who's got time for that?
put it into, and I'm really sorry that I'm saying this, particularly to Eleanor Morton, who is very anti-AI, but I did put it into an AI.
Good. I'm glad.
It solved it for me.
I'm glad.
But I felt ashamed.
But did the song make you feel better?
I love the song. I love the song. We're giving away what's there.
Yeah, there's
but
not.
It's worth it.
No, you can check it. I'm going to change it soon, to be fair. I just think it's fun. But the thing is, though, people are taking this really seriously. Like, there's people that are now going. So I got a message from a woman who was like, I'm so embarrassed. She's like, my brother asked me who I'm going to see at the Fringe. I mentioned you. He said, I don't know her. Let me look her up. He went on your website. He saw the paint and decorating stuff. And he said to me, is this her? And she was like, I didn't know if it was a joke. So I just said to him, I was like, oh, that just must be like her day job.
Oh my God.
And she's like, I've just realised it. She's like, messaging me. She's like, I'm messaging you because I'm just realising now it was all a joke.
I love it.
I'm like, I just like to think that when you see, cause in the like actual bio, the first couple of paragraphs of the website, it is me talking about how, you know, I'm still doing I can't paint a fence because I'm waiting to complete my fence painting course. Should finish it by summer 2027. Like, it's just... Surely you should know that's a joke.
Are you going to turn up to the Fringe in overalls with a bucket of paint?
Aye.
I think you should.
Aye. Tim and Judy, sit down. There's something I have to tell you. It goes like this. I'm not a painter or a decorator. I gotta go right now, I'll see you later. Because the police are after me. I'm not a painter or a decorator. I gotta go. Gotta go right now, I'll catch you later. You never saw me. Keep a secret between me and you. I've never even been to B&Q. I've never even picked up a paintbrush. Never even felt the rush, I've got too much rush. Why is the CEO of Dulux a dog? I don't get it. No, I don't get it. Why did Tim and Judy apply for a job? I don't get it. How did you even hear about this? I don't get it.
So you're doing the Fringe this year. You've got a tour.
Yep.
In the past few years, you've also done a lot of radio. You've done TV.
Yeah.
We worked together on something.
I've done one thing on TV.
Me too. Still available on the iPlayer.
I actually got asked from I'm speaking to an agency. I'm not signed, but like whatever. And they asked me about like my credentials, and I was like, I've done this one show.
Oh yeah,
I got to show them. Good for her.
Good. And when I found out about Good for Her, I was thinking about the cast. I did immediately think I have to get Kim.
That's
because
so nice.
you're so funny. And I feel like across the cast, I wanted a mix of people as well.
Yeah,
I think we're all quite different.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm the only one from Glasgow. You're from Denny?
Denny, yeah.
Correct?
I'm from Denny. Yeah.
Sophie was from Edinburgh and Stu was from, God forbid, England.
Oh, no.
So I feel like we had a good mix of voices
mix.
it was good fun. Good for the CV.
Yeah, good for the
Could
CV.
lead to other opportunities, so watch this space.
Watch this space. We're going to make good for better for her.
Us.
Good for us.
Good for us. Good for they, them.
Good for they, them. Yep.
Coming soon.
Inclusive.
This is a podcast about anxiety and overthinking and grievances and all that stuff. Would you consider yourself a worrier?
Right. Yes and no. I think I am I worry about things that are so silly, but I don't really worry about the things that I probably should worry about. And I find myself in this really weird space where I get myself worked up and anxious about the smallest of littlest things. But then actual things in my life that I should really be like, oh no, but I'm like, it's life, you know? So it's very weird. So but also not for anything that's important.
And when you have these worries, do you talk about it with other people or is it all staying inside your head?
No, I live by myself, so I talk to myself in the house. I'm proud to admit it. I talk, I sing, I perform, I do everything in the house.
It's one of the best things about living alone.
It's great. And I will like talk things out just like as if I'm having a conversation.
Really? You'll talk through your problems to yourself?
Talk out, yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like it helps me process them better and it makes it feel like less is stuck in my head. I'm sounding mental. But
Do you do it into a mirror?
No, just like I'll just pace about.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not I am. That would be crazy if I was like, hi Kim. Anyways, this is my problem. No, I'll just I'll talk things through, especially if there's like a point of like contention or like I'm having a conflict with someone. I do like to sometimes try and play devil's advocate with myself to try and get like a different perspective.
Seems very mature and healthy.
Yeah, it does. But it's just me being afraid of being in the wrong, or being like, if I'm going to be passionate about something, if I'm going to argue with something about something, I'm like, I need to make sure that I'm definitely in the right. I need to try and see it from their point of view and make sure. Usually though, it does sound mature, but I'm very soft on myself. Usually I'm like, no, I've tried different and I'm definitely in the right. There's no way I can see how I'm wrong here. That's crazy.
I love that you use yourself then as a therapist or as a sounding board. So you're not talking to other people, you're literally just talking to yourself.
Just talking to myself. Though, that being said, I have literally just in the last month got into therapy. I've never done the therapy before.
How are you finding it?
It's fine. No, it's good. I feel good after it. I hate before it. I get really anxious before it. I hate building up to it. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I can't be bothered talking about things. And I hate that you've got this scheduled appointment. But then after, I'm always like, oh, that's good. And it's gave me a new perspective on something, or it's gave me more to think about, or she'll give me tools that'll help me, see myself a bit better or whatever. But that hour before therapy, I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do this.
It feels like a chore.
Yeah.
What kind of therapy is it? Is it like, do they give you advice? Is it directive, or is it like they sit there in silence and you have to talk and fill the space?
No, she's really good. That she gave me I felt like I was in school. She gave me an exercise of the week that I did.
Oh wow!
And it was good. It was just it was a mad wee exercise to try and figure out what my priorities are as a person and my value. That was it, to find out what my values are, and therefore try and there's things you can do to, I don't know, just make sure that you're sticking to your values and that you're not going to, I don't know, I'm absolutely butchering this woman's work. Absolutely ruining it. Don't listen to me. But it was really good. But I did feel like I was in school again. I was having literally a piece of paper, and she asked me, it was like, no, you're going to put as many verbs in here. I was like, I don't even know what a verb, I can't remember what a verb is.
A doing word.
That's it, a doing word.
Your therapist is a qualified professional.
Yeah.
I'm not a qualified professional, but
Well, why am I
am here to listen to you today.
Okay, thanks.
And we're going to hear a problem that you've brought with you. Mm-hmm. So, Kim, would you like to share what is on your mind today?
I would. And I'm going to preface this with saying that I don't believe we're going to solve this.
Okay. Bit pessimistic.
I don't think we can. I think that's my main spiral, is that I think this thing's going to get worse. So this really came from, it started last week. I found myself in an unfortunate position that has then made me think more about the world we're living in and what direction we're going in. But my worst fear came true last week when I was tagged in a video. I don't know if you saw it.
I know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so there was a man who did a video about the state of Glasgow city centre. And it was a very serious video, and it was like, the government has abandoned this part of town, right? Very serious video. He's taking clips of the city centre. He's showing people how abandoned and how bad it is. And in the middle of him saying about how abandoned the city centre has been by the government, inserts a clip of me cycling on a bike.
You love these voy bikes.
Oh, I love the voy bikes. Is it voy?
What, in the West End we call it voy, darling.
But yeah, it's my worst fear. See, when I see them on TikTok and Instagram all the time, all these videos of people filming up the city centre, whether they're doing the street interviews or they're just filming in general, and I'm always like, oh, I'd hate, God, that must be so embarrassing getting caught in one of these videos. And it happened to me. I got caught in one of the video, and it's just made me think more about the world we're living in. And I don't know if you've seen the recent stuff with the Meta glasses and Kylie Jenner.
I've heard about it, but I've not actually engaged with it yet because I'm not sure if I want to, but can you fill me in?
Yeah, so basically, obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, Meta have these glasses they sell where you can record people with it, because you can wear the glasses and you can record people without their knowledge or whatever. And somebody had really cleverly put a video together where, because Kylie Jenner is currently the face of these Meta glasses, right? She's selling them. But they'd spliced in this interview she'd done where she was talking about how, the things that the paparazzi do, they breach my privacy, all that, the hypocrisy of her saying that she wants her privacy, but yet here she is, selling these glasses where, let's be honest, they're for men.
Yeah.
They're for men. And apparently the reason they've got Kylie in is because men are the main consumers of these types of products. However, men don't drive trends. they need women. So apparently it's every trend that happens, it's women are the main consumers are behind them, right? So if you don't have a woman behind it, apparently it never will become a trend.
So what's been the response to this, Kylie?
Well, most
stuff?
people are just called. Thankfully, someone done a video that went very viral where, as I said, it would show one clip of her, you know, talking about these meta glasses, how cool they are, it's great, you can record at any time. And then they would show another clip of her in an interview going, yeah, the paparazzi don't respect my privacy, you know, I'm getting recorded everywhere I go. You know what I mean? Just the pure hypocrisy of her complaining about people recording her without her consent.
I just can't imagine people watching that and being motivated to buy it. So you say like women drive trends. Mm-hmm. So is the intention here that by having her up front that women will be interested?
Yeah, that's intention, yeah.
But as you said, it's men that are consuming it. So I don't know. I just can't see how that would motivate.
It's stupid.
Is she on board with it? I'm not. She's just doing it for the money, right?
Which also annoys me. How much money do you need? You are. Is she not like a billionaire? Like,
is she the one that goes out with Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure because she started Kylie Cosmetics, which I think pure took off, and I'm pretty sure she is a billionaire. I'm pretty sure she was like one of the, or she's up there if she's not at least. How much money how much money do you need? I can't. So my real spiraling out is that we're in a world where I'm getting filmed cycling.
Yeah.
Up the city centre, but also...
Can I ask how you found it then? Was it just a random thing when you were scrolling it, or did somebody send you it?
Somebody sent it to me, and then I got like about 30 tags in the video. Okay. People were like, is that Kim Blythe cycling by at the 30-second mark?
And how did you feel when you saw it?
Horrible.
Really?
I don't know. I found it really funny. Okay. I actually busted laughing when I first seen it. And I still find it funny.
It is funny.
It is funny, but it is just like... It's just such a vulnerable moment for me to be in one of the Voy bikes. And I also just looked really angry. But I wasn't angry. I was just concentrating on no hitting anyone, because I'm convinced that I'm probably going to like hurt myself or someone on them.
I did notice you didn't wear a helmet, Kim.
Yeah, I know.
We need to talk about that.
Not even that. I wear headphones on them, and I think that's a big no-no.
You're worried about death.
Yeah.
You've been thinking about death a lot more recently.
It's because I'm putting myself in dangerous situations.
Yeah.
If something happens to me, this conversation will be very haunting.
It will. It'll be great for engagement.
It will be like Kim has a premonition about our bike crash.
So you didn't feel good. You felt vulnerable.
Yeah, I felt vulnerable. I felt, it was funny, but you're also like, oh God, that's me just minding my own business. But then we're seeing it all the time. When you go on social media, you are seeing constantly people being filmed without their consent.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not illegal, is it?
No.
To film someone without consent.
No. So strange.
I get constantly these like videos popping up, and it's like people being accosted on the street and filmed. I mean, presumably they must get consent after, but it's like, what makes you so confident? And it'll be like a random person, I don't know, strutting down the street, and then they'll do like a really awkward interview. And there's something a little bit creepy about it.
It is. It's horrible. And my worst fear is that, because occasionally, it doesn't happen often, right? But I'd say at least once a year, I will have a mad argument with a random man. Just like, and it's always like, it'll be like, it just happens. I would say once a year, there'll be a situation I'll be in where a man will like, usually what leads to it is I'll be out and a man will like harass one of like my female friends, and I just feel compelled to be like, a lot of people want to be like polite, and I'm just the one that's like, no, I'm going to tell this guy to get to fuck and tell him why he's being, it actually happened not even that long ago, a couple of weeks ago. But my fear is that I'm going to like be a Raj out in the street, and somebody's going to film me. And then that's when I'm going to have to rely on AI, because I'm going to have to be like, guys, it's AI. And that's when AI can be good. So only situation.
Okay, we need to think about some strategies then for dealing with this. If somebody does start filming you in the street, what can we do about that? Could you film them back?
Well, that's a good... The problem, I actually had this once. I was at a gig at the O2 Academy, and when I left the venue, a guy was like he recognised me, and he was like, oh, it's Kim, and he already had his phone out recording, and he was like right in my face, and it was such a horrible position to be in, because like naturally I would have been like, whoa, wait, because he grabbed me, and I would have wanted to be like, get to like, don't fucking touch me, man, like you don't know me, whatever. But because the camera was on me, I'm like, hey, pal, because I don't want him having footage of me being a dickhead.
Yeah,
I don't want that. But I feel powerless in the situation if someone's filming you.
Do you know what could work? I think one of the worst things to happen to you online is being publicly shamed, right? Mm-hmm. Being cancelled.
Yeah.
So is there a way that we can set it up so that the people doing this are publicly shamed themselves so that they think twice about doing it again?
Yes.
So you've given an example that it was too late, the guy had already started filming you, but could you put a video out and share with the general public how it makes you feel and how shitty it is? And
get on top of the story.
Exactly.
Before he can release his footage out. I do think filming them back's a good tactic. I think that's quite funny.
Yeah, because how it make, immediately it's like, well, how does that make you feel?
How does it make you feel being filmed? Not nice. I think there is some, I'm sure I've seen like some celebrities do that with the paparazzi.
I know you also
and they
don't
probably
wanna,
love it.
You don't want to look too ego-y about it either, do you? It's a fine line to tread.
But the problem is with the meta glasses. The biggest problem is that you don't know. I think there is a light, but I've saw videos where people are like, how to hide the light or how to hide that you're recording on your meta glasses and stuff like that. Aye.
That's like in Japan, if you take a photo, it has to have the shutter sound enabled.
Yes,
so you can't actually take a photo without that sound. Because of fucking pervy men putting phones up skirts.
We need that.
Maybe that's what's needed. Maybe we need to legislate for like some kind of like protective measure. So when you've got the glasses on, maybe they could make a little noise like an ice cream van.
Yeah, or like a clown noise, or it could just be like a voice that's like,
I'm a pervert.
Yeah, I'm a pervert. I'm a pervert. I'm like that just over and over while they're recording. I just can't understand what is the need to have these. Like, nobody needs them.
What's it for then? Like, let's have a think. Let's just do the thing that you were talking about earlier, thinking about the other person's perspective, right?
I'm a virgin. I've just bought my meta glasses.
What's my purpose? I'm going out for a walk.
I'm going out for a walk, and I just want to film women. Because there is obviously that I do believe there's a sinister demographic, but there must be, what is the
What's Kylie doing with it? If she's the kind of face of it, what is she saying in these adverts about what the benefits are?
I don't know. I saw Doja Cat done a advert for before the Met Gala. She done like a collab kind of like video for them, and so it was her like getting ready, and she's wearing the glasses, and the quality of the it looks shit. It's like, just pull it if you want to record yourself, because she's looking at the mirror and being like, oh, here's my outfit, and I don't know if we're meant to be impressed that she's able to show us it without her having a phone in her hand. I don't know what it is, but the quality wasn't that great. I was like, this would have been such a better video if you just like pulled your phone out and recorded your outfit.
So we're not talking 4K HD footage here.
No, it's not great quality.
So, okay, so that's one potential usage, but it's shit, basically. So the usage is to show off your outfit without having to hold a phone.
Yeah, but you would need a mirror. Otherwise, you need looking down.
Of course, yeah, because you're just looking down at my belly or whatever.
And that'd be I wouldn't like to show anyone my outfit at this angle.
No, it's down. It's not a flattering angle, is it?
No, it's not.
You'd have to get somebody else to wear the glasses and look you up and down.
Can you put the glasses on? And then,
but then again, they could just do that with a phone.
It'd be even better with a phone.
So what other uses could we come up with? So there's taking footage of your outfit, but it's shit quality.
Right. I think one genuine maybe use for good would be secretly recording someone who's confessing to a crime.
Okay, so for your own personal safety.
Yeah. For your own. I mean, once again though, if somebody's like going to bat you, we'll just take the glasses off. But
see the confession thing though. Are you allowed to record? I don't know about this.
Oh, I don't know.
Are you allowed to? You know, I'm not certain, because like if I was like, if we were on this podcast and then or not this podcast, if you were secretly recording me and I was like, I killed a man,
which we were saying just before we were saying recording.
But obviously I'm not going to put that on the podcast.
Yeah.
But say theoretically I said I killed a man, does that mean that recording is something that you can actually use as evidence in a court case, or is that is it entrapment? Is that the right word?
Entrapment.
Was that like a honey trap thing?
No, I think that is. I apparently used to do entrapment, and I didn't know it when I worked in retail. Because what I would do is there was people that come in that would steal, and they would take the tags off hangs or whatever. But what I would do, and apparently you're not allowed to do this, but I would do it, is that if I knew that somebody was stealing, I would get one of your tags and I would slip it in one of their bags. So then even though they thought they'd taken all the tags off. But apparently I got told by a manager, like, you're really not allowed to do that. And I was like, well, it means that we're alerted. Like, I've just seen them stealing. I don't really want, like, it's just, but I'm not 100% certain. But at least then, if they have to stop it or we're alerted, then a security person has to then stop them.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I was ride or die for Sports Direct.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, Sports Direct. It was Sports Direct.
No, it was because...
I mean, those mugs aren't cheap, so you save them a bit of money.
No, to be fair, they were so evil, though, that they gave us bonuses every 4 years, but they made us work like crazy hours, and our stock depended on us getting these bonuses. So that was like our incentive to, yeah. Okay. And then I got sacked and never ever got a bonus, so...
Okay, so maybe personal safety. I suppose it's a bit like having a dash cam, isn't it? But on your body.
I suppose it's walking about and making sure, but then you're still having to film people without their consent. Because you imagine, like, somebody's going to rob you in like 2 minutes. Click. Right, on you go.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you'd have to have it on all the time.
Yeah, which doesn't feel good.
And where does the footage go then? Like, because, you know, if you're out all day with these specs on, that feels like a lot of data. Like, what are you doing with that? Do you then download it onto...
I think so, yeah. I think you need to, like, download it on your... Or I don't know if you've got, like, an app or something on your phone. I don't know how it works. There's also... Sorry, I've just remembered. There's also another guy. There's a guy that I keep seeing online now. I don't even want to say his name, because I feel like he's the kind of man that if he saw you talk about it, would, like, make a big stink about it, right? But he's just this big English guy who travels about in a van, and he wears them all the time. And his interactions are so creepy. Like, he'd done a video where he was at a bus stop with this, like, younger woman. Like, he's probably in his, like, 40s, like, mid-40s, pushing 50. This lassie was, like, 20s. And he was like, oh, I really like your hair. And he's like, he grabs it, he, like touches her hair.
What the hell?
In the video, aye. But he's recording this and then uploading it. He sees nothing wrong with this. And all the comments are like, you're a freak, whatever. And he just doesn't care. He just, like, he, like, almost antagonises people to then, because for him that's content then. So, like, if he can be cheeky to someone,
it's like a manosphere thing where they're just deliberately being antagonistic to get the likes and the traction and all that.
So then they're putting people... Thankfully, I think his latest account got banned, as it should. These platforms should be doing more to fucking stop this shit. But this guy goes about and I intentionally will antagonise people or just be rude to people and cheeky in the hopes that they'll be like, what the fuck? And then he's got this whole, like, interaction recorded on his glasses, and it's...
I wonder then if they're sort of telling on themselves a bit, because what they're doing is building up a body of evidence of their own behaviour that in future could be used against them. So it's kind of stupid, and as it should be, absolutely.
But these people are stupid, fucking idiots. They don't care, they've got no empathy for other people, they don't care, they do whatever they want.
Did you watch the Louis Theroux manosphere?
I sure did.
Yeah. I mean, what I took from that was, first of all, not surprising, even though lots of guys after were like, oh my God, this is crazy, because obviously a man has said that it's happening, so we'll listen to him. But also, I feel like I'm not certain that these guys actually believe all this shit.
No.
I think, as you say, they're doing it for clout, they're doing it to get as many views as possible, they're being as controversial as they can. But at the end of the day, I don't know if they actually truly believe the awful things that they're saying. Not saying that that makes it any better.
No, but the drama converts into money for these people.
Yeah.
So as the more dramatic they can be, the more controversial they can be, it does convert. It's the more watchers, the more subscribers, and then it converts into money. And then unfortunately you do have these young boys that are getting pure indoctrinated into these, like, thoughts and want to be like these guys and want to be... And it's scary. I don't like it. It's controversial to say, don't like the manosphere.
They're going to come for us.
You didn't expect me to say that, did you?
No. Oh my God. That's a hot take. You said about maybe actually some of these platforms taking responsibility. We definitely need a bit more of that. I mean, the moderation of these sites is shit, isn't it? Because even, like, sometimes I'll see like a racist comment and I'll report it. But the problem is, a lot of the time these comments are coded.
Yeah.
So they'll be using an emoji or they'll be sharing a certain GIF or whatever that, you know, is like has racial undertones. So you report it and then it'll come back and be like, oh, that was just an emoji.
Because it's like AI, they've got moderating this stuff.
Yeah.
So as you said, it's coded, so AI is just like, well, there's nothing, that's like, it'll be something so sinister like an emoji, a monkey or something.
Exactly.
And they'll be like, oh, well, that's just that's
just
fine.
a monkey gif.
That doesn't break the guidelines. And you're like, you're not a real person who can see the context of this.
No.
Go get me a real person.
And then if you do use a real person, I suppose just like the scale of it would be impossible to deal with. But there are people that have that as a job, aren't they? Who watch really harrowing shit.
I've saw like clips of like people talking about it and how it's like the most, I mean, it must be the most horrible job. I don't know how there's that much being produced and putting out there that I don't really know what the answer is to it. I don't know how you fix it. And these people, I do feel sorry, because there are people that have to moderate, have to watch the most horrific things. Mm-hmm. And that can't be a great job for your
health.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But so then I get why you would put AI in these positions, but I don't know. I really don't know what the answer is.
Well, I think if we can't control what's already out there and that kind of unregulated hellscape that is the internet, maybe it starts with like the individual person, and maybe it starts with kids. Mm-hmm. And like, you know, I actually don't know at the moment, do kids get any kind of education in how they navigate stuff online?
I hope they do. I mean, that ban's coming in. The ban, there's a social media ban for
of course.
Under 16s, yeah.
Yeah, which is controversial because some people are saying, well, you know, you can do that, but the kids are going to find a way. You know, they're still going to use it.
I've seen some takes. I get there's like flaws in it, and there's, you know, realistically, how are you going to do it? But I have seen takes from like full-grown adults being like, this is ridiculous. And you're like, why? Why are you that bothered that a fucking 14-year-old can't get onto your fucking page? Like, I don't really understand that. I've seen some of the arguments I've seen that, you know, when I was at school, you know, I found community online. Like when I had a tough time in school, I found friends, and I get the aspect of it, but it then should be like the schools that set something up, and it should be something so safeguarded that like, no, there's just, kids shouldn't be, I don't think kids shouldn't be online.
No,
they just shouldn't, in my opinion. Like, they shouldn't be.
It's not good for them, isn't it? Is it? Because like, I suppose thinking back to when I was a kid, I think I got a phone when I was like 14, but maybe a week. But you know, it was like you could just send like 10 texts or whatever. There was no like social media. If you were getting bullied at school and you come home from school, you've got peace, right? You can be at home, you can play The Sims or whatever it is that you do. But nowadays, if you're having a hard time at school and you come home from school, people can still access you. Yeah. And there's this whole online bullying situation.
They should ban Snapchat. Snapchat is one of the shadiest, horrible, like I had my friend's daughter was getting like harassed on Snapchat, and it was this guy who was like threatening to like physically harm, like really badly physically harm her and all this stuff. But because the messages disappear, and because like, I don't know if it was anonymous, like it's so, I just think, and this is going to sound horrible, but I think Snapchat must be a paedophile's dream. Yeah. Like, I think it must be, I'm sorry, that's such a horrible phrase, but honestly, it blows my mind that, like, I'm not judging any parents, but why you would let, like, your 13-year-old on an app where the messages disappear, you don't know who you're speaking to, like, you could be speaking to anyone for anywhere, like, you can send pictures, and they disappear, like, the kind of, it's just so shady.
Yeah, the fact that it can disappear and then that's your evidence trail. Yeah. Gone, presumably. I don't know if
I don't know how it works, but it just feels so
it's quite alarming.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see what happens with this trial. Maybe that is a positive. It's probably not a perfect solution, but I do think it begins like with the parenting, and you know, I think there's so much pressure, isn't there? I mean, I'm not, this is dangerous territory, isn't it? To childless women. This is actually where you're going wrong. There must be so much pressure if your kid's like, oh, like all my pals have got a phone, I want a phone. Yeah. But there needs to be more communication and solidarity across the parents, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to be careful because I don't want to sound like I know, because I don't know anything. And I'm also a big advocate. Like, I remember I've spoke to people that are like, it's ridiculous the way that parents just give their child an iPad and then that's it, they leave them to it. And I'm like, I'm not being funny, but see if my Wayne was doing my head in, take the iPad
Yeah.
and get the fuck out of my face.
I mean, it used to be TV. You
Yeah,
just chuck
yeah,
a
it's
kid
just a
in for a
different
watch
kind of-
Cartoon
aye.
Network or whatever.
So I don't like to be, but I just think, just when it comes to, the world is so sinister and there's so many bad people out there that I would hate to, and I know, as I say, the pressure of other kids doing this and you want to make sure your kid doesn't feel left out, I get that, but I do think it's a parent's responsibility, but I do think as well, like, we need to ban social media for kids, but also create something that's only for, like, only kids get, as I said, whether it's via the schools or something that only kids can get access to.
And paedophiles can't.
And mainly if we make sure the groomers can, really what we should do, I feel like we're victim blaming here, let's kill all pedophiles.
I mean, that would solve a lot of problems.
That really
wouldn't it?
would, oh God, what a dream.
I mean, I don't know how do we actually hold Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat to account?
They don't care. It's
don't
all
even
money
pay
for
tax,
them.
do they?
Nah, they don't care. It's all money for them.
So what would change that for them?
I think the best solution so far we've came up with is when the glasses are filming, just having pervert.
Yeah.
I think that is probably the best solution.
Simple but effective.
Yeah.
And often the best solutions are the simplest.
I just use the minute you start calling pervert over here, pervert over everyone, I'm a pervert, just that, my voice preferably, just over and over. I'm a pervert. I mean,
when it goes to tender, you know,
Yeah.
let's get you.
here
get you up
is a
there.
pervert, here is a pervert. Aye, just that. And
Maybe
then,
some harmonies.
yeah, make it a gorgeous soundtrack to
Yeah.
just saying I'm a pervert over and over again.
Do you know what? I genuinely do think if they can enforce it in Japan for phones with a shutter sound, why not for the glasses? I actually think this is genuinely a really good idea.
Yeah, I do. I think it could be. I might write to my local
Yeah.
MP.
Start a petition.
Because this does seem a bit mad because that is really my main spiral, is that it is only going to get worse.
Yeah.
This doesn't go back the way. The glasses get better, they get more discreet, people find ways to make them more discreet, more people will purchase them. Like, it is only going to get worse and worse.
But at the same time, it has to be a minority of people that are wanting these products, right? Surely this can't be a mainstream item that most people want. Like, did this not happen before with the metaverse? Was there glasses to do with that? Or even VR headsets?
yeah.
Who's wearing a VR headset? I might be in a bubble here, but
No, I
are
don't
people
think
really
anybody-
into that?
Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, the metaverse is so funny because it was literally just like, here's like another world that you can live in. Like, all the things you're too scared or you can't do in the real world, do it in our metaverse. It was just like, how do we detach you from reality? It just confirms that every day we are just more and more in an episode of Black Mirror. Remember when Black Mirror used to be like, oh, that's so that would never happen though, but that's so entertaining. And now it's like, oh, it's like
I've seen this before.
I've seen this before. It's like the episode where everyone, it's like the rating when everyone's rated on a scale of 1 to 5.
And they do that in China now.
The
points.
social credit system. That's exactly what it is, which is crazy. I watched a documentary on it. There was this guy, God bless him, right? The guy was like, I'm a good person. I just had financial issues in the past and I didn't pay some fines. And now I have a really low social credit score. But you can't you can't go on a train. You can't go on public transport if your score's too low because you're deemed as like irresponsible and dangerous and whatever. So this guy was like, the documentary showed him at the train station trying to buy a ticket and it just kept declining him, and he's like, that's because my score's too low.
Oh my
and he's like,
God.
all I did, he's like, I just didn't pay some fines a couple of years ago. He's like, which I regret now, obviously, but it's not like I'm a dangerous, like he's got like a violent crimes against him or anything like that.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And that is literally Black Mirror. But then also, if your score's really good, you apparently get discounts on flights, holidays, and you're like, actually, that would be nice.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. And then, no riff-raff on the train. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe they're onto something.
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons. We have to weigh everything up.
Imagine how nice public transport would be when
Be a dream, but there's no crazy murderers
no
or
crazy murders,
or
no.
my pal who owes me 50 quid.
Yeah,
Perfect.
right. Maybe the social credit thing isn't actually that bad.
Maybe it's all right. Okay, we're pro that now. Okay, so I think we've talked about it from a few different angles.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've come to the conclusion that we're going to go with this. You're a pervert theme tune. Kim is available if voiceover work is upcoming. So actually, I think this could be a positive because it's going to present more opportunities in terms of voiceover work.
Yeah, I think really at the heart of it, what it is I liked when there's like some sort of injustice. I like to make sure I can monetize out
Yeah.
of it. So seeing that there's an injustice of people getting filmed, and I'm like, well, you know what, I could get some voice work out of this for the glasses, and I could profit off it. And that's really what life's about. Life's about seeing people facing injustice and being like, how do I make this about me, or how do I profit off it?
How do I monetize?
Yeah, so
So how are you feeling now about the spiral?
I'm great. I think this is the best thing to say. I feel, no, I genuinely, if we're being serious, I do think that maybe, you know, we do need to put a petition together or something for these glasses, because I think, but if I'm being silly about it, then I'm excited for the potential.
The opportunities that will present to you. Okay, I think we solved it
I
then.
did. Perfect.
A problem shared is a problem for somebody else to solve. Help me.
So Kim, this is the part where you are going to solve the problem of my previous guest.
Okay.
And my previous guest is Michael Fry. Very funny Irish comedian.
Love Michael.
So this is his problem.
So basically, there's a friend of mine and he is on holiday with his girlfriend at the moment. And my friend, who's a woman, sent me a picture of this girl being like, she's definitely pregnant. And I was like, oh, my friend hasn't said anything. And I'm kind of like, do I ask him or congratulate him in advance, or do I wait until he tells me that she's pregnant? Because my friend is like 100% certain she's like, that's a pregnancy bump. But I'm not going to message my friend being like, congratulations on your girlfriend's pregnancy if she isn't actually pregnant.
Mike also wanted me to give additional context to this, and that is that the friend doesn't usually post very much on social media, so it's unusual that he's shared this photo of him and his girlfriend.
Right. Really, I think it's obvious you just don't say anything. As someone who has had the pregnant allegations thrown at them, which, I mean, I talk about it on stage, but I was once on a bus and a old woman said to me that I was more than welcome to sit in the priority seats, even though there was loads of empty seats. But she said that, and I do a bit of my stand-up when I ask a member of the audience, I'm like, do you think she thought I was either, you know, elderly, pregnant or disabled? And obviously what happened is she obviously looked at me, thought I was pregnant, and was like, you can, by the way, you can sit in these seats, take a wee seat or whatever. So someone who has had...
And did you?
No, but I was already sitting down. That's what made the interaction so much more confusing.
That's very strange.
Yeah, it was like she was trying to make a point of being like, I know what's happening here, but get a nicer seat. It was weird. It was so strange. Anyways, yeah, Michael, my boy, you just don't say anything. It's, you know, you wait until you're told or you physically see the baby.
Yeah, it's. I think playing it safe is the way to go. I actually had it years ago. I was in Thailand and I was at a market, and I don't want to generalise, but like a lot of Thai people were very, very slim, and I had a bit of a belly. I'd been hitting a pad Thai pretty hard, like very carby, and I was walking through this market, and then there was like a section with like baby clothes and stuff, and the woman was like, did like the sort of bump sign at me and was like ushering me over to get stuff for my carb baby.
A wee pad Thai baby.
A wee pad Thai baby. So it doesn't make you feel great, does it?
No. I mean, if he's saying it to the mate, then it's a wee bit safer, because she can just kind of be like, oh no, and she never has to know about it. But I just think
it's maybe a bit on the mate there to not, you know, say something. It's quite cryptic.
Yeah.
To just put up a picture with no, I mean, I'm assuming there was no caption then.
Yeah. Well,
or they're just like, we're on holiday. Maybe we need more information on what the caption was.
Yeah, I feel like as a mate, you can't be, you know, you shouldn't be annoyed and be like, oh, that's shite that Michael's not bloody congratulated me. I left him 3 clues.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gave my riddle to solve and he's
3 and find out about pregnancy.
Like he's no solved the clues, he's no spoke to the wee man under the bridge, he's no like done any of the treasure hunt to try and figure out if my missus is pregnant. Yeah, I think that's on the mate.
Yeah.
I think Michael, you can be at peace knowing that you haven't directly been told, and you know, if it ever came up and they went, because I think as well you can get a good laugh out that If she is pregnant, and then say then she does end up giving birth, or you find out more information, you can then go to the mate like, right, can I just be honest with you, I saw the picture but I didn't know, you daft arse, she didn't actually explicitly say, so I was sitting there thinking, so you can get a wee good laugh out of it.
That's true.
And then if nothing happens, nobody needs to know.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
It gives you a bit of chat.
Yeah.
Although I wonder if he could just like message his friend innocently and not mention it, be like, oh, hey, you having a good holiday?
Aye.
Anything you want to share?
Or there's maybe a vague way to ask, like, so how you feeling, or something like that could be construed as like, actually, like if you knew that he knew, could be construed as like being about the pregnancy, but could also just be in general. So I'd like, how you feeling about my friend?
Yeah, how's life?
It's
been a while.
How's life? I just chat to him and just be as weird in the conversation as possible. So, how is it? Life? Are you ready?
New life, old life.
Yeah. Are you feeling ready for it? Ready for what? Just ready.
life.
Just ready for life, brother. Aye, I think there's definitely ways you can do
That's
that.
the thing then.
Aye, I think, right, okay, so
Or say nothing.
I think saying nothing still is like probably the safest
best
option.
choice.
But I get that he'll feel bad. But I just think say nothing and you get a laugh out of it. You genuinely, if it comes up and it turns out she's pregnant, you just say to your mate, why the fuck did you not actually say?
Yeah.
Like, or I feel daft I've missed this, or but this is on you, brother, but I feel bad. Here you go, congratulations, like, whatever. I don't think it's that deep.
No.
I think what could be deep is if you just out of the blue. Not deep, but that could be the worst to me. The worst scenario is congratulating someone who isn't pregnant.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So I just think that the kind of risk reward thing here, just keep stum.
Yeah, that's my advice.
I hope that helps you, Michael.
Michael, let us know how you get on. Let us know if she is actually pregnant. No, I want to know.
I'm curious now.
Yeah.
I would also quite like to see the photo.
Yeah.
So maybe you could DM that to us.
Yeah,
later
let
on.
us know. Put it up in your story.
Well, that brings us to the end of our spiralling discussion. Thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you.
This is the point where I give the opportunity to plug anything that you would like the hundreds of thousands of listeners to know about.
Lives are about to be changed here today.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know when this will be out, but I will be at the Edinburgh Fringe this year. My show Puzzle. I'll be at the Patter House, Skildy Bloom Patter House at 7:00 every day. Apart from the 17th, I'm going to take a wee day off.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely. I also am going to go on tour between September and November. I'll be in various cities around the UK and Ireland. And by Ireland, I mean I will go to Cork and Belfast. A lot of people are annoyed that I'm not going to Dublin, but we just couldn't make it work. And also Wales. I'm sorry, the people of Wales.
Have you been to Wales?
No, and they think I hate them, but it's been, I don't know why, like Katie, my tour promoter, just is struggling to get like a venue that makes sense, because it is so fat, like it's trying to fit it in.
Okay.
So I really need to go to Wales.
Well, maybe that's a call out. If you have a venue.
Yeah, if you have a venue in Wales, let me come down and I'll do my wee silly show. And then also I have a podcast as well that isn't actually out at the time of this recording, but should be out by the time this is out. It's called Ghost. It will be wherever you get a podcast. Zara's going to be a guest on it at some point. She hasn't been yet, but she will be. She doesn't know that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And you can follow Kim on all of the social medias.
Yep.
And if you do have those creepy glasses, please don't look at her. That's a request.
Don't look at me. And also, if you need any painting and decorating done, give me a shout.
She's your woman.
Yeah, I'm your woman.
Thank you, Kim. Spiralling was recorded and edited with jingles written by me, Zara Gladman. Artwork was by Tom Dees, who you can follow on Instagram at easypeasylemondeasy. If you enjoyed this and would like to stop me spiralling about my decision to make a podcast, then why not leave me a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify? Thanks for listening.